Here we go on this Tipler Talk Tuesday. Folks, do I have a video for you? Well, I was at the, on vacation last week in Nassau, Bahamas. What a great experience. I've been there in the past, but we went back there again on a cruise. And I apologize, first of all, I apologize for the wind noise. It's windy today. Today in Florida, it's going to be high of 69 degrees, low of 40s at night, possibly dipping into the 30s. Now, it's not common for the temperatures to drop like that here all of a sudden. It's that cold front that's coming from up north, and we really don't deal with that a lot here. But let me just say that during my last week outing in Nassau, Bahamas, had a great time. And while I'm always out and about, even on the islands, I'm looking for pigeons. Any type of pigeon that I can observe, look at, and see how they live. And I saw a bunch of different types of commons out there. Believe it or not, commons generally have either an orange eye, reddish orange eye, or red eye. And this common that I saw had a pearl eye. And I thought it was neat to see that when I caught the bird. And how I catch it, how did I catch the bird? Well, I was walking through the crowd, looking at all the vendors, just enjoying myself, burning a cigar, and just having the time of my life, relaxing. I saw a common fly in between the people that I was walking among, and it came across my path, and I reached out, caught the pigeon in midair, and inspected it. And I always like to look at the birds. I don't care if they're common or someone's pigeon. I like to look at the condition of the bird and see how the birds live on the island versus the ones here in the United States. Now, different parts of the island, the birds look healthier. Different parts of the island that there's hardly any food. You can see that they are lacking nutrition, lacking health. And this bird that I caught was a blue checker. It was a male, a cock. And a quick inspection of it, I see that it has a distinctive looking eye. Now, it wasn't a red eye and it wasn't an orange eye. It just so happened to be a pearl eye. Imagine that. Of all places on the island, a common, a so-called, how they call it in New York City, park rat, or they call it a clinker, like they say in New York City. This bird had a pearl eye. So I'm going to show you in this next video coming up on how this common had a pearl eye, and seeing is believing. I didn't believe it till I saw it, and that probably was one of the first very few that I've ever seen with a pearl eye. Now, this is on the island, Nassau, Bahamas. I don't know how many guys out there fly pigeons or how many people have birds out there, if they have racing pigeons, but this bird was small, like a regular common, small body, small head. And the only cool thing about it was the eye. It was pearl. And you're gonna see in this video how this bird looked. It was a quick little video. I had to get my camera out and have my wife record it for me. The other thing about this bird, the feathering wasn't great. I should have gotten a little close up on the feathering. The feathers lacked a little luster. They were all beat up. He was very underweight, and the way the bird flew, it was very slow, like no energy. And they're just barely surviving on the island off the crumbs and the food that people drop as they're eating from restaurants and stuff like that, and vendors, they have food. This common did not have a lot of body to it, and it lacked a little bit. But nevertheless, it did have a cool eye, a pearl eye. And I want you to see that. So for this Tipler Talk Tuesday, don't ever think that there isn't any birds out there with pearl eyes out in the wild. because we all know people lose pigeons during races, during settling, whether you just keep birds and they get lost and they migrate with the commons and they get together with the commons. It's a possibility. It's a throwback from probably birds years ago that maybe had come over on a tanker or a regular, like a Royal Caribbean ship. They hang out on the ship and then they fly on the island, and they settle there and they breed with other commons, and that's the throwback from a bird with pearl eyes. So you'll see in this next video how this bird look. So for Tipple Talk Tuesday, do commons have pearl eyes? Do commons have pearl eyes? Strays? And the answer is yes. Although the rock dove did not start out with a pearl eye, and if you look at the history and you look at pictures of birds out in the wild, they only have pretty much an orange eye or a red eye. So coming back to you from the Red Eye Loft, I hope you enjoyed this little clip. Later. Now, folks, continuing with this Tipple Talk Tuesday, look at this common. Got for orange, red eye. All right, let's get a little closer, folks. I'm gonna show you. Now that is a red eye, orange eye. Look at this guy.
Did you?
All right, here we go on the Tipple Talk Tuesday. Check it out, folks. Well, I'm here, Nassau, Bahamas. I'm having a good cigar. I'm walking down the sidewalk and I caught a common. There's a common. I want you to see the pearl eye on this common. Look at the pearl eye. Look at this common. Not all commons have red eyes. Look at the pearl eye in that. And there you go. Don't ever say that all commons have red eyes. There's a blue checker. That bird will never come down again. He's scared of people. This is what a bird with diseased feet look like. Watch. Hold on. Look at the legs. Look at the feet. It has toes missing.